I'm also going live on Instagram, so just give me a moment. I'm just setting that up. But I'm kicking off my financial consciousness series this week. Hi! So, if you are a millennial and you want to learn more about how financial trauma is impacting you and your business, then this is the place to be. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so kicking off Financial Consciousness Week with let's talk about what financial trauma is and why it's affected millennials. So, hi. Sorry, my ADHD, like I'm like going back and forth between TikTok and Instagram, so I'm trying to like stay so you can see my face. But I'm also going on Instagram because Instagram has IGTV. So if you are missing the beginning or if you have to go, thank you. You can catch the replay on Instagram. Hi everyone. Hi. All right, so let's talk about financial trauma and money mindset. First, I want to talk about, hey, first, I want to talk about basically how you are possibly feeling right now. Like, let's put a finger down kind of thing. All right, so 5 fingers up. All right, put a finger down if you are afraid to plan for the rest of the year. Like when friends or anyone talks to you about vacation, about doing anything, you don't feel confident planning. All right, put a finger down if in your business, whenever you get a new client or a new customer, you always worry about them requesting a refund. All right, put a finger down if whenever you set your goals for your business, you try to keep them low because you're afraid that you're not going to hit them. All right, put a finger down if whenever you go to the grocery store or shopping, no matter what the dollar amount is, you feel anxiousness whenever they run your card. All right, put a finger down if you feel like if you make money, if you're the person that makes money in your family, everyone is going to always ask you for money. So you're kind of okay with being broke. All right, so those are indicators that you have experienced some form of financial trauma and you're currently experiencing financial PTSD. So this is something that's really common for millennials, especially if you were growing up and you saw your parents lose their jobs, lose their house, struggle paycheck to paycheck. 4 out of 5. Yeah, and there's more too. I'll put up some more stuff actually. But it's like if you've seen this, if you've seen your parents struggle paycheck to paycheck, if you, yeah, I'm getting. How about you guys on TikTok? What did you get? What scores did you get? So if you've experienced any of those symptoms, if you put your fingers down, that is definitely an indicator of financial trauma. And here's the thing, most millennials experience this because of the recession and because of the shifts with baby boomers creating the structures that they did. So Gen X didn't get the benefit of the things that they put in place that baby boomers has. And millennials now, we own less than like 2% of the wealth in the US, and then like 1% of that is like Mark Zuckerberg, and and that's the case. And so these conditions have created this type of consciousness where the way that you make money, the way that you hold on to your money, all of that is just based on lack and oppression. So it's like when we look at wealth, when we look at abundance, these concepts are older than capitalism. You know, we bartered, we shared, we had goals way before capitalism, way before imperialism, way before these wars. So being able to run a business, being able to be a merchant, being able to be a healer, all of these things were in place before money. You know, in the villages, there were people that were known for their skills. There were people that were known for their gifts, and people submitted types of forms of payment to them, and then they were able to share their gifts. They were able to share their skills. And I think a lot of that has, of course, I know that a lot of that has been destroyed just because of the world that we live in now. And it has created this matrix of lack and oppression. So if you're someone with a marginalized identity, you have that that cloud of oppression in addition to the financial trauma. So these things are, it's like you have these things and then people are trying to give you these money mindset tips, are telling you to budget, are telling you to put up these systems, are telling you to do XYZ, telling you to do, open up a shop, side hustle, all of this, hustle, do this. But you do those things and you don't see those benefits and you don't see any of those shifts. So you're back to square one and you're tired and you feel defeated and you're not sure. You're wondering why it seems like easier for everyone else and it seems so difficult for you. And so this is your answer. It's not just about your situation, and it's not just about money mindset. It's about your financial consciousness. It's about the reality and this perspective and the energy that you live in. And it's rooted in this matrix of lack and oppression. And so this is why I'm I push and talk about the subconscious work, because that's where it lies. And then the feelings that you have associated with your thoughts and your belief systems. So all of this goes deeper than mindset, goes beyond mindset. And so it's not you. It's not just you. It's not you and your budget. It's not you buying a latte. It's not you ordering Uber Eats instead of cooking. All of that stuff. It's not that. It goes deeper than that. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's just, and it's like everyone is so tired. So then when you do make money, it's like it feels like a burden. When you do get clients or customers, it feels like a burden. It doesn't feel good. And it's like, yeah, and then you realize, and then you have this almost like this relationship or this energy when you have money that you don't really like it. You don't like what it represents. You don't like having to work for it. You don't like having to need it in your life. And it just doesn't feel safe. Someone on Instagram said it doesn't feel safe. Grow with M says it doesn't feel safe for me when it comes to budgeting and investing. So this is why I had a conversation with some coaches, and they were expressing frustration over people not taking advantage of the real estate opportunities, the free real estate content that they push out, the free crypto content, the free invested, all that content that they push out, no one's taking advantage of it. Or they say like, and I said, because they don't know it's possible. And they're like, I put the stuff out there. No, when you're experiencing, where you're rooted in financial trauma, you cannot see a real estate investment. It's like me trying to give the hungry a piece of cake, let them eat cake. equivalent of saying let them eat cake. These people are starving and they need to feel safe before you try to have them investing and doing all this other stuff. And then you can be making six figures even when you do start making that money, when you do get a little bit of success, you still don't feel safe because of this financial trauma and PTSD. So I wanted to give you some insight as to why you're feeling this way right now. Why you don't feel comfortable investing in yourself. Why you don't feel comfortable taking time off. Why you don't feel comfortable when you do get new clients or customers and you worry about having to give them refunds, or you worry about them, making you even more tired. See, yes, I made six figures and it wasn't enough. I was just so tired and sad. And then you also have this idea about money and how to get it, an idea about how to run your business. Everyone has tips, tricks, methods, 5 steps, everything to tell you how to acquire money, how to run your business. But the truth is there are infinite number of ways. You don't actually have to run a business. You actually don't have to work. But I know me saying that, you're like, bullshit. Immediately, the first thing that comes to mind, your immediate reaction is bullshit, because you have been conditioned to think that. And this conditioning is by design. So the conditioning to live in fear, to not feel safe. So you're always going to look outside of yourself for answers. And when people look outside of themselves for answers, they're easier to control. They're easier to manage. It's not a conspiracy theory. We see it. You can see the difference between toddlers that spend time at home before going to kindergarten and the ones that go to preschool. You can see the freedom that staying at home in a loving environment creates, versus going to a preschool and having the rigidness and the structure already in place when you're just a baby. That training, that conditioning starts from there. It's like as soon as you go into preschool, people are telling you when you can pee, when you can drink water, when you can sleep. And now you're an adult, you're like, can I start a business? Can I not work? Can I make money? People are always telling you, I'm so glad, you're so welcome. People are telling you, you have to have a kid, you have to get married, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do all of that. And all of that is tied to your business. And everyone tries to separate business and life, and everyone tries to make you turn into a machine. The other day, there was something that went viral on Twitter about a hairstylist responding to a client curtly. She has the link in her bio to book. She says it in her bio, click to book. And the person did not respect her business boundaries and reached out to her via DM. So imagine you're a stylist and you're working. You're trying to run your business, do the books. If you have kids, you're doing all of this, and you set up this website to make your life easier. And this person disregards that and reaches out to you. But then because you are human, you're a human being running a business, you reply curtly. And you're annoyed because they did not respect your business boundaries. But then it's taken onto you because you're supposed to be a robot. You're supposed to take it. You're supposed to accept it. And I'm here to tell you that that's bullshit. There is a way to do business where you can maintain your humanity, when you can maintain your lifestyle. You could create a business that aligns with your belief system, your values, the way that you want to live. If you don't want to be $1 million hypnotist, you don't have to. If you don't want to make 6 figures, you don't have to. If you just want enough to be able to rest, that is possible. But the first step to doing that is healing. I heard about that before in my uni class, about the effect of preschool has on children. Yes, the effect of preschool, a lot of people that I speak to, so I'm a practicing hypnotherapist. I've seen over 400 clients one-on-one in the past 2.5 years. I hit the ground running. I started to see clients back to back to back. And a lot of them always talk about, and when we go back in time to find out where a lot of the beliefs, where they couldn't do certain things or be certain things or have certain things, always went back to preschool age. So you think, yes, exactly, you're always asking for permission. So when you were in school, depending on what country you're in, you started to have to ask for permission to do certain things. And now as an adult, you're waiting for permission to run a business the way you want to live your life the way you want to. But the thing is, that permission comes from you. And it took me a while to get this. I'm in my 30s. So hopefully me learning this and sharing this with you now, and even if you're in your 30s or 40s, it's never too late either. But it's me sharing with this information with you now to give you some insight. So your homework, your soul work, is to really look at your life. Look at where you have allowed people to tell you what you have a right to, what you can do, and what you can be. All right, and then you also need to ask yourself, are you running a business because you're trying to escape 9 to 5, you're trying to oppress other people, or what is the real reason why? Because the business is not the only vehicle to get money. Or if you're running the type of business that doesn't really align with your values. And if so, what type of business do you actually want? And after you do that, start to think about how money resides in your life. How money runs, how does currency run through your life? Does it flow? Does it jerk? Does it jerk? Like, how does it run through your life? And why? And then ask yourself, why do you have this tie to it? Do you really need money to live the life that you actually want to live? Not money to stunt on people on TikTok and on Instagram. I'm talking about money to live the life that you want to live. Because you can win a year's stay at a house somewhere in the country, anywhere. You can win free groceries. You can win free courses, free certifications. All of this is possible. It's out there. There's so many scholarships. There's so many grants, business grants, student grants, corporate continuing education grants. All of these things are possible, but it all starts with your belief system. Okay, so that was the preachy part of the whole thing. But it's like, I really want you to start to think about it. And so here is an exercise that you can do to start to build your neural pathways. The great thing about us as human beings and our minds is that we can change. You can change your personality. You can change everything starting now. We can build new neural pathways to help you combat the financial trauma and PTSD that you've experienced. And the first exercise I want you to get started with in doing this and building these new neural pathways that will help you start to heal your financial trauma and your PTSD. So I have a comment on Instagram that says, but even winning a scholarship means I am poor. No, So see, change the meaning of scholarship. Winning a scholarship means that you are lucky and abundant, and that you're worthy and you're deserving. See, do you see how we've been programmed to think that giving and getting and receiving means that you are actually not worthy, when receiving and getting means that you're more than worthy? Scholarships, government assistance, all of that, you're getting money by being present. That's abundant. That's abundance. I always want money, but when I have it, I don't know what to do with it, and I'm worried I will lose it. So yes, that's a big indicator of financial PTSD. So before you even get the money, start to feel the money on your body. So I'm going to give you 2 exercises today. So the first exercise, okay? The first exercise to help you start to build these new neural pathways to help you heal from financial trauma. The first thing is, okay, so I have another, let me just tell you, sorry, I have ADHD, so I will go off on a tangent if I see a comment. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do, let me stay on track. I'm not gonna look at comments so I stay focused and tell you before I go off tangent. The first thing that you need to do is make a list of every single thing that you want. Every single thing that you want in life. Not money. Every single thing that you want. What do you want to be? You can make it into 3 parts. What do you want to be? What do you want to have? And what do you want to do? Write that all down. And then write down, how can you get these things without spending a dime? So much funding, and it's helping rewire things for me to receive government funding to start my business. Yes, there's so much money out there. Money isn't real. I know that so many people say that, but it really isn't real. Especially after 2020, we saw how they were able to just print money like that to send out to us like that. These zeros and ones in the system. So make this list of the things that you want to be, that you want to have, and you want to do. And you could do it just for the year, which you want for 2021. And then I want you to write, how can I get these things? Yeah, you can get money for a business before starting it. Yes, you can get startup funding. Google startup funding. And there are grants. There's so many opportunities out there. So once you start to, and you don't have to do this all tonight, it might take you the week, a month, but start to look at the things that you want and how you can get it without spending a dime. And let me tell you, this is what I do with my clients. If you go to my Instagram, highlight client love, you'll see all my testimonials. You can go to the people's accounts. These are real people running real businesses, and they're really successful. You can see how successful they are and what they have to say. These things, when you start to write down how you can get these things without money, all of a sudden money will appear. It's like money comes to you when you don't need it. It's so wild. I got 2 PPP loans, and you just made me see that that's abundance coming from the universe. Exactly. You needed a certain amount of money, and that money came. You have to let go of these reality restrictions. People will guilt you for not working hard or for not earning. But here's the thing. I went to boarding school in Connecticut. The ultra wealthy, the real wealthy people do not work hard for their money. They do not work hundreds of millions of dollars. Do not work hard for their money. It is the ultimate scam to tell you that you have to work hard for money. Money is there. Money is literally laying there, just there on a computer, ready to go into your bank account. You have to think of it like that. Working hard is just a way of being able to control. If you're busy working hard, you can't look around at injustice. You can't look around what's going on. You can't help your fellow person, your fellow neighbor, if you're too busy working hard. So you really have to wake up. It's time to wake up and see that you have a lot out there. And I'm not going to be the ones that are going to try to tell you, do this, do that to make money. There's so many ways that you can make money. And you know your wealth print, your wealth path. You have your specific path to money. Within your subconscious mind is your prosperity pathway. Within your each of us has our own special pathway to make money like that, where money comes to you so easily. Some of us is more interesting than others, but it's there. It's there. And you can access it by doing the exercise the first exercise I mentioned. Now, the second exercise is for you when you finally receive money. Because a lot of us, especially when you have financial trauma and PTSD, it's hard for you. Oh, I'm so glad. It's hard for you to hold on to that money. It's hard for you to receive. Especially when you think when you were thinking scholarships, assistance, all of that, it means that you're broke versus abundant. You need to shift the mental narrative that you have in your mind. And then you also need to start to feel comfortable with having money. And here's the exercise to do that. So before you go to sleep every night, I want you to imagine how much money you want in your bank account. Like, what amount of money would just make you really, really happy and feel, that cozy feeling, that feel safe, feel comfortable, feel secure. How much money do you need in your bank account to feel that way? Then, once you think about that dollar amount, you start to imagine that the money is on you. Like the stacks of bills are being placed on your body. So I have someone that says $600K, $600,000 in your bank account. Start to see that stack of money, feel that stack of money on your body. Imagine someone's placing stacks of money all over your body. You feel that money on your body. You feel the weight of that money. You feel the comfort of that money. And if you do this every night, when you receive money, it won't feel uncomfortable to have it and to hold it, because you're used to having it on your body. You're used to feeling the money. So you won't have that weird flighty feeling. When you get someone gives you money or you make a big sale or something. Yes, heavy but comfy, exactly. Usually when people get a windfall or they hit the 6 figures, or it just feels uncomfortable and it doesn't feel natural. So doing this exercise before you fall asleep will help you get used to seeing the money in your bank account, feeling the money on your body, the currency, the energy of this money on you. So now when you receive it in reality, you won't feel uncomfortable. When people send you money, when you get any money, it'll be natural to you. It'll be whatever. I remember when I was in boarding school, I was we went downtown and we were at CVS. And my friend was like, oh my gosh, my mom didn't load my card. And she called her mom, and her mom was like, how much do you need? She was like $10K. Freaking 15 years old. She's like $10K. And so mom was like, okay, $10K right there on her card. So and that for me, I was like I was like $10. Like, no, 10,000. So making $10,000 feel like $10, you know? So it's like feeling that money, making that money something just normal in your life. And then also this helps you when you are not grinding, when you're not tired, when you're not sad, when you're not anxious, it's so much easier for you to give. This is what I really work with my clients on, because they're 6-7 figure earners. And a lot of times they're like the first people in their family to make this much money. So then people turn around, people in their family always need help. And it makes them feel stress. But when they feel abundant, when they know money is always coming, they're able to easily help their family members. And they don't feel that stress. That money goes back to their community, their family. So you are really circulating this currency. It's conscious wealth management. My biggest stressor is my debt, and I feel like I can't move past my debt. I was originally $300,000 in debt, paid that off, and now I'm $220,000 in debt again. I feel like this is a pattern. So when you look at debt, you have to think about, if it's student loans, don't even think about it. Just pay the minimum. If it's student loans, pay the minimum. If it's credit cards, that's okay. Just create a structure to pay. And oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad. And so when you have that structure, when you think about debt, just see it as another place where wealth can go. Don't see yourself, when you think about debt, don't think of a hole. Everyone talks about debt being a hole when it's just a little box, a cubby hole. And so when you think about your bills, when you think about whatever, like, okay, I put money over there, put money over there, because money is always flowing to you. Yeah, if your major debt is student loans, it's not really debt. Just be like, I pretend I don't see, like Nicki Minaj meme, like, I pretend I do not see. No. If it's student loans, like, just pay the minimum, eventually they're going to be forgiven. If they don't, then it's fine, because it's like, when people look at student loans for any investment opportunity or anything, it's not a big deal. How do you build wealth when we have been told for so long that it's greedy or selfish? So credit card debt. You should look at credit card debt as you just kind of like borrowing money, because that's what it is. You borrowed money for a particular purpose, and another view is that student loans is an investment. So with credit card debt, you just borrowed money to make something happen faster, and now you're just paying that off. Don't look at credit card debt as a failure. Credit card debt was you making an investment into your future, and now you're repaying that investment. And then because you're so abundant, because money comes to you so easily, you know that you're going to pay that off. But it's not something that should indicate how valuable or smart or worthy you are. Your debt does not define you. Now, in terms of if you were raised or you were taught to believe that having money or wealth made you greedy, then you think about, for me, I'm not really motivated by dollars. I'm motivated by impact. So for me, when I go on live or when I do anything, when I do anything, I always think about the impact I make. And so if I'm able to make this impact, I'll be paid X amount of dollars from it, and that's good. So when you feel like wealth is bad, think about the impact you're going to make with that money. Wealth is only bad if you just hoard it. But if you are the person that's able to actually utilize it to help yourself, help your family, help your community, then it's not that bad. And I feel like greed comes from lack. But when you are in a place of abundance, you don't feel greedy, You don't feel like you need everything. You're not grasping for random things. You're actually giving. So when you look at money and wealth through a giving perspective, through an impactful perspective, it really gives it a different tone and energy. And it also gives your work purpose, your business purpose, the moves that you make purpose. And when you move with purpose, that prevents burnout. How about always looking for things that are on sale or always paying with afterpays? So that's you looking at financial opportunities. Those are financial loopholes. So if you're looking for things on sale, if that gives you a dopamine, so for people that do coupon clipping and stuff like that, if you're doing it because you like the challenge, that's okay. If you're looking for sales and deals, if you're doing it because you feel like you can't afford it, that is a different energy. Because if you are looking for deals and sales because you're answering the question, how can I afford this thing that I want? Then that's a different energy versus like, oh, I need a coupon or I need this. That's the energy of greed, which is based on lack. You always want to take yourself out of lack. You always want to look towards giving. You always want to feel abundant. You always want to feel replenished. You want to feel like there's always enough. When you move, yes, exactly. So let me recap for anyone that joined later. And the replay will be available on YouTube. This replay of this live will be available on my YouTube channel. It's linked, or you can search for Juliet C. So first exercise, make a list with 3 columns or 3 pages of everything that you want to be, do, and have. It can be forever or it could just be for this year. And then I want you to write how you can, next to it, how you're going to get this without using money. Just brainstorm. If you don't get it, it'll come to you. This is you building new neural pathways, okay? Then the second exercise is to envision how much money that you want in your bank account. That will make you feel safe, comfortable, secure. And then once that you envision it in your bank account, start to imagine someone placing stacks of the dollar amount on your body. So this way you start to feel comfortable with that amount of money physically. And that's how you start your healing process. Wealth is only bad if you hoard it, and it's useless. Yes, exactly. And so that is, oh, I have a question here. Okay. Hopefully I answered your question, how we can build wealth when deep down we're taught it's selfish and to have a lot. So these 2 exercises will help you get started on your healing. All right, so this week I'm going live every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you'll join me for the other sessions. This week we're focused on shifting your financial consciousness. So today was day 1, so you understand whether or not you're experiencing financial trauma and PTSD. And then 2, I shared how you can shift it with those 2 exercises. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, where we start to talk about financial trauma responses in business, because there are some other things that you oftentimes don't realize is actually linked to your financial trauma. And so once you realize it's linked to your financial trauma, you'll be able to start to move past that and be able to really run your business in a way that aligns with the lifestyle that you want. All right, everyone, thank you so much. Yes, I'll be saving the lives, and my team will upload the lives onto my YouTube channel. So this live should be available tomorrow. But hopefully you'll join me live so you can get your questions answered. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me today. All right, bye. You're so welcome.